What's up gamers, YouTube here, and you already know what the best build for Saber is. You already know how she works, and you probably already know how to play her. So in today's video, we'll be going over what her best in-slot teammates are, and does she really need Sunday? Because, let's be honest, Sunday is probably one of the best support you can use for her, but does she actually work if you don't have him on the team? We're going to talk about all that in today's video, and once I finish, I think Uma Musume is going to drag me back in with its hooves back into its game. So let's go ahead and hop into the list now. Starting off with the D tier first, the worst tier in my opinion, the characters that can work but don't really offer too much value, and realistically anyone below this tier doesn't really make sense to even put her on a team with. So if you don't see a character in this video, that probably means that they suck ass, or maybe my dumb ass just forgot about them. So let's go ahead and talk about number D here guys, or letter D here guys, Locha. Now Locha is here because of the fact that he just really provides decent SP generation for her. Like SP can definitely be a problem with her, and he provides a decent amount of SP generation. He provides no buffs. His ult is not the hardest thing in the world to get, but it's not the easiest thing in the world to get. So this is my baseline for where we're going to be starting this video at, and he is the only character that I have in D tier. So yeah, that's really all that I have to say about Mr. Locha here, because realistically guys, the premise of Saber's kit here is ulting fast with your allies and giving good buffs to her so she's able to get her ultimate back up faster, because my god, her ultimate is costly to say the least, at I think the highest energy cost in the game, that being 360, so you definitely do want to be getting as much energy back as possible for her. Now with Locha out of the way and our baseline set, let's go ahead and start off with C tier first. Miss Fu Xuan's up on the chopping block first. Now, the reason why she is so low on this list guys is because, okay, she does have access to a fairly decent fast ultimate. She has some SP issues, like she's SP positive overall, right? But she provides a crit rate buff, which she already gives herself a lot of crit rate, and there's a lot of ways to get crit rate for Saber in particular, especially when running her on best in slot team. So the crit rate here is, I wouldn't say it's like horrible, but it's not like the best thing in the world. I would definitely prefer a crit damage buff over the crit rate buff. Pretty SP efficient all around. Like, it's not the best thing in the world, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, there are definitely better options, but I can definitely see her being a clear winner over someone like Locha. And the same thing can be said here for Miss Lingsha as well. Now Lingsha, she provides extra follow-up attacks. She runs into the same, I guess, SP things or concerns that I would say that she runs into, but I do like Lingsha a little bit more in the department of ulting, even though she doesn't provide any other buff really to Saber. Like Fu Xuan provides crit rate, but what she provides is access to a more consistent ultimate. You're really relying on enemies hitting you to get a 3-turn ultimate with her. With someone like Lingsha, right, you're literally getting extra energy back whenever you're using the basic attack, which is something that Fu Xuan doesn't provide. So you do have a lot more consistent 3-turn ult with someone like Lingsha, but you do have to interlace some SP in here and there to keep her bunnies up at all times. So that's why I have her at C tier. I think honestly both these characters are yin and yang. One provides crit rate with a lower like flexible energy output, whereas you have a more consistent energy output but with less buffs all around the board. But that's really going to do it for our C tier guys. Now let's go ahead and hop into our B tier, which is going to be another sustained character. Yes, Adventurine guys. Adventurine's at B tier because I feel like he is less consistent than all the other sustains we're going to talk about today, because of the fact that he, like Fu Xuan, really relies on being hit to build up his ultimate meter. But the reason why I like him more than both of these characters is because you can technically run him without using any SP, which is first of all really nice. He provides effect rest for the team. Fu Xuan only provides 1 CC assist, and he also provides a crit damage buff increase whenever you're attacking the enemy he puts his ultimate move on, right? But overall, more SP generation than these two characters, and can potentially have a 3-turn ultimate. He just fluctuates too much for me to put him any higher on this list. Next up here guys is going to be Branya. Now Branya is so low because she runs into so many SP issues. Now I know you might say, well, if you get her E1, guys, I hate this argument. I don't understand what the cope is with this argument. Like, saying that E1's so good. Like, just when you're 50-50, fuck that, bro. L, fucking get that shit out of here, man. She's an SP succubus. I hate her. Now, do keep in mind, I am extremely biased towards Branya. I hate Branya. I think she is one of the worst things that gacha gaming has brought us. I'm trying to level my head here after just seeing her face. Really, I mean, she just runs into SP issues. That's the main thing. I think if she didn't run into as many SP issues, or maybe they fixed the E1 to maybe just guarantee a skill point back every other turn, I'd have her higher on this list. But they don't have that, so L there, we're keeping her here in the B tier. But that's all that I have to say about the B tier. Now let's go ahead and hop into the A tier, and our biggest tier here. Ting Yun gonna be up first. Now Ting Yun is on this list because Ting Yun actually provides a lot to the team. First of all, energy. Energy is super important because literally Saber's whole kit is derived off of the energy your allies provide, or the ultimates your allies use, and she provides more consistent ultimate moves. The more consistent ultimate moves she provides, that means you're giving her overall extra energy back, because you get 3 core resonance stacks every time your ally uses an ultimate, ultimate plus the extra energy back from this as well. So overall, just a really good day there. Now, the thing I dislike about Ting Yun in this situation is the fact that she doesn't provide as much energy as someone like a Wah or even like a Sunday provides, right? Because they both provide percentage based, and with how high the energy cost is of someone like Saber here, you actually get more energy out with those characters in comparison to her. And then her overall buffs are not like the best things in the world either. She gives a 50% damage increase, but only for 2 turns, and then she provides an attack increase as well, which is okay. She provides some speed there, but that's really about it. And then in the SP department, she's not as SP efficient as I would probably like someone to be that's higher on this list. So for that reason, she is going to be ranking here at the A tier. Next up here, guys, is going to be Pela Poo. Pela Poo has access to a really quick ultimate move, especially if you're pairing Pela up with before the tutorial mission starts Light Cone. This regenerates you extra energy if you're hitting an enemy that has defense reduction, which she will be doing practically at all times anyways. So this is going to be providing her a really fast ult, a lot of SP generation, and defense down, which she is going to be wanting a lot of. So for the matter of she's able to ult fast, defense shred, and SP generation, that's why she's here on this tier list. Next up on this list here, guys, is going to be Cypher. Cypher's here because good SP management. Second off, she gives a vulnerability debuff to the whole enemy team at all times without using any SP to do it. The only concern that I have is ult uptime, because you generally want to be saving her ult up, and it's a dual DPS team, so that's the only concern that I have for her, is like how fast you're proccing her ult off. If you proc it off fast, then she's going to be really good for someone like Saber, but if you're not proccing it off fast and saving it, then it's obviously not going to be as good, because you're really relying on proccing your ult off as fast as possible for your teammates, so you're getting sufficient core resonance stacks up and energy back for Saber as well. So that's why she's A rank on this list and not any higher. And for kind of the same reason, Robin's also in the A tier, because she brings a lot of bang but not a lot of buck. And what I mean by that is whenever you ultimate and you blow her whole Badusi, yeah, you're giving her the extra core resonance stacks, but then she's not there for a couple turns, so you're not getting the extra SP generation there. And then also, sure, you can charge her ult back up. She's a decently high, like, a cost for her ultimate move in terms of the energy it takes. It's around 160, which is fairly high, right? She's gonna be off the field for a couple different turns. Like, she gives good buffs, don't get me wrong. I think the buffs are really, really good here. I just have a problem with how long she's off the field, how high the ultimate cost is, because she is so ultimate independent. I really like the teams that feel like they're flowing properly, and I feel like this just makes the team more clunky than it needs to be, because you do want to be using SP with Saber quite a bit. So I mean, like, you might run some SP issues with her on the team. Next here, guys, is gonna be our first sustain in the A tier, which is going to be Mr. Gallywagger. Now, Gallywagger's here because, first of all, his ultimate move is not like the worst thing in the world to get. Like, I think it's 120 energy, if I'm not mistaken, or 110 energy, which is fairly low. Really nice there. You can provide ERRO. He can get up pretty fast. He's RNG dependent on when he gets hit, but he does provide a lot of SP for the team, meaning whenever he uses his ultimate move, he comes back to the front, and then he gets another basic attack off, which then gives him more energy. So that's going to be really good for just recycling and reusing. I think he provides the best in terms of ult utility than these other sustains do, so that's the reason why I have him here. And also, he's free to play as well, so very easy to get your hands on there, and really good healing, but the better Locha in my opinion. Next up here, guys, Spark L. She's going to be increasing the max SP count, which is nice. Her ultimate will be gotten back every 3 turns. The reason I have her above Bronya, while yes, Bronya does provide a 100% action advance, she's a lot more SP generative. While I don't like the 50% action advance that much, that's what they use to kind of balance her out. I do like the way she provides buff a little bit better, because the way she provides buffs is she provides it until the start of the next turn, meaning you can utilize stuff in between turns to fully maximize what Saber's able to do, right? And like I said, guaranteed 3-turn ultimate if she's built correctly, which leads to more ult uptime for her as well. Next up on our list here is going to be Big J. Big J has an ultimate move. He puts vulnerability down on every enemy. He's also going to be using his basic attack for just about everything he does. His ultimate move's not that hard to get back up. You can get it up pretty consistently. So with him having a decently fast ult and being pretty SP efficient while having great vulnerability debuffs, that's why he's in the A tier for me. And then for our final character in the A tier, guys, Miss Ruan Mei. She provides weakness break efficiency. She provides speed. She's also going to be providing res pin as well for every single enemy, which is super nice. And then on top of this as well, pretty fast ultimate move from her as well. Weakness break efficiency. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but yep, all these things really do help out Saber here. That's really going to do it in terms of my A ranks. So let's go ahead and top into our S ranks now. By the way, I just want to say something. I don't think any of these characters in C, B, A, S, BIS are bad, right? I don't think any of the lower tiers are bad. I think Locha is okay, but all these other characters can definitely work and be viable, so don't come and flame me in the comment section. Why are they so low on the tier list? If you didn't see your favorite character on the tier list, that means they're probably absolute dog shit. So if you have something to say about that, then talk about the ones I left off, and not the ones I have on this fucking list here. Or do. I don't give a shit. Give me more fucking interactions. I don't care. Anyways, guys, hopping into the S ranks now. Remembrance MC being at the top for me. access to a really quick ult, true damage bonus as well, and they're providing crit rate and crit damage for Saber too, so you can't really go wrong with having them on the team. In terms of for our sustain here, Miss Hyacinth has access to a really quick ult, guys, especially if you're using SP to charge that bitch back up. This is probably one of the fastest ulting sustains we have in the game, so we were going to put her up there for that reason alone, because the more time she ults, the more buff she gets. So you definitely want to be ulting as fast as possible, and I will count that into the character's kit like they're giving them a buff right now. The max HP doesn't really matter too much, but she does provide good sub-DPS levels of damage, so that's always nice to see. So, yep, for that reason, she's an S tier. And then for my final option in S tier, guys, is going to be Silverwolf. With the buff of Silverwolf, she's become absolutely amazing. Every single basic attack is going to be implanting debuff on an enemy, but that doesn't matter too much if she can't ult very fast, and she can actually ult very fast, especially if you're running her with the light cone we mentioned before with Miss Pelepu, right before the tutorial mission starts. You can regenerate hella energy, and one of her bugs actually does bring defense down. She does AoE defense shred. She can also do res pin, and she also has a lot of res pin and can change type of the enemy too. So overall, you can't go wrong with Silverwolf. She is definitely in the S tier. But that is all that I have here today in terms of S rank, A rank, B rank, C rank, and D rank. Now it's time to talk about what her best in slot team options are. But before we hop into that, make sure you hit the subscribe button now if you're enjoying what you're seeing so far, before Uma Musume drags me back into its dastardly claws, or hooves, I guess you could say. And let's talk about her best in slot teammates now, or really her best in slot team, in my opinion. First things first, our sustain character, Miss Hua Hua. Hua Hua provides energy with her ult, which provides energy to everyone else, right? So it doesn't matter what team you're running her on. She's going to be providing energy for everyone. The faster you can get the team's ults up, the more ults and buffs that Saber gets. So overall, hands down, best in slot sustain in my opinion, because of the fact that she can help out everyone's ults on the team and not just her own. She provides an attack buff, which is an okay thing, but realistically, guys, the ultimate move providing energy for everyone on the team is the absolute best thing. Hopping into her best in slot support option, that's going to be Sunday. Yeah, Sunday's really good, guys. Sunday's going to be action advancing you back to the front. First of all, really good. The better version of Bronya. Let's be so unequivocally real here. Provides energy from ultimate, which is really nice. She provides energy from ultimate, which supercharges his energy from ultimate, which then supercharges her energy from ultimate. They're both percentage based, so you get a lot of energy back whenever you're ulting her up or charging her up. And then both of these provide just extra energy overall because you're giving her core resonance stacks. I know I'm overloading your brain right now, but extra stacks of damage, extra energy, everything you could ever ask for, all rolled up into one unit here. And with this team, you're going to be fucking booming through ultimate moves. And that kind of leaves us with the final option for this team, guys. Yep, Tribby. Tribby has access to an amazingly quick ult with someone like Hua Hua on the team boosting that even further beyond that, and the amazing debuffs you provide. You're really getting it all across the damage formula here. But that's really it, guys, in terms of the tier list. Now, does she need Sunday? I don't think she absolutely needs Sunday. I think she actually can be really proficient without Sunday, as a matter of fact. And the reason I think this is because you're really relying on ults from team. While yes, he gives energy from ult, while yes, she has the highest energy cap in the game, you are still ultimately able to give her extra core resonance stacks, which give her extra energy back with anyone that has a fast ult. So if you were to have her on a team, let's say without Sunday, right, maybe even run Sparkle there, I think Sparkle can provide really good value to you. Even if you had a Ting Yun as a replacement here, I think her damage would drop, but then I think her ultimate would be back up much quicker as well. So I think a lot of different options work here as long as they're ulting fast and consistently. I think you start getting into the mud when you start getting characters that don't really ult fast and consistently. I think consistency is the #1 thing needed for a Saber team to be great. So no, I don't think you need Sunday to make it work. Sunday definitely does help a lot in that process, but not an absolute must. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for today's video on the whole tier list for every single one of Saber synergies. If you did not see your favorite character here or a character you thought would be good here, either A, I forgot it, or B, they're absolutely dog shit. Probably B, they're absolutely dog shit, and they're not even worth talking about. But if you have any gripes, leave it in the comment section down below, because I know you will. You always do. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. That's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Later, bye. It's time to start training my horse girlies again. Yippee!